I'm Dr. Richard Evans, and if you're over 35, 40, or 50, there's a good chance you're experiencing exactly what I'm about to describe. The problem isn't that you're eating too much.
Many of us actually eat less than we did when we were younger, but we've been eating the wrong kinds of foods for far too long without even realizing it.
Yeah.
After a certain age, the body changes. The way a Hispanic male body processes food.
In this video, I'm not talking about strict dieting, no calorie counting, no forcing you to give up the foods you're familiar with in everyday life in the US. Instead, I'll share with you the foods that adults and seniors in America should be eating every day to maintain a stable weight.
This is about eating to live longer and live healthier, not chasing a number on the scale.
If you're interested in preventing disease early, understanding your body better, and adjusting your eating habits in a practical way,
Since this video is limited in time, if you want to watch the complete version, click the link in the description or pinned comment below.
I still remember very clearly one afternoon at the clinic just a few weeks ago, a Hispanic man and his Hispanic... Doctor, I don't understand. I eat less than did when I was younger, but my weight just keeps going up.
From I was. For many years with adults in their 40s, 50s, and 60s United States.
A South Asian male at 25 processes food differently than a South Asian male. Have you ever stopped to ask yourself this?
This video is made especially for older adults in the US, particularly those over 60. But I want to be very clear from the beginning. This is not medical advice. We're not talking about rapid weight loss. We're not forcing ourselves into extreme diets. And we're definitely not chasing numbers on a scale.
How a light-skinned Caucasian male can feel lighter in his body, reduce pressure on his joints, and wake up in the morning with...
Do you think that by simply understanding your body better and making small adjustments each day, your body might start responding differently?
Doctor, I've been eating the same kinds of foods for decades. When I was 30, it was never a problem. But now it feels like just looking at food makes me gain weight.
He wasn't complaining. He was genuinely confused. And I believe many of you right now feel the same way.
Our metabolism slows down little by little, often so gradually that we don't even notice it happening.
When muscle decreases, the number of calories we burn also goes down, even in
On top of that, our daily routine changes. We, as a diverse group of young adults, walk less, we sit more.
This mismatch between a body that has changed and eating habits that haven't is what causes weight to slowly creep up over time.
I often tell my patients that this isn't anyone's fault. It's simply how the human body works. The same meal is handled...
Once light-skinned Caucasian middle-aged men understand this, they usually let out a sigh of relief and say, oh, that makes sense.
Doctor, I've read so much advice about eating that I'm completely overwhelmed. The more I read, the more confused I get. At this point, I honestly don't know how I'm supposed to eat anymore.
What most people need isn't more information. What they really need is a simple framework they can hold on to day after day.
The truth is, after 40 or 50, eating well doesn't have to be complicated. From my experience as a Hispanic male, there are...
The first principle is eating to stay full longer. When your body feels satisfied and steady, you're much less likely to snack throughout the day.
The second principle is eating to maintain muscle. As we age, muscle doesn't stay with us automatically.
the third principle is eating to reduce fat storage. This doesn't mean being afraid of food or following strict diets.
I often tell my patients, if you remember just these 3 things, you're already on the right path. You don't need to be perfect.
I suppose it began a few months ago. I was hoping it would just go away on its own, but here we are.
I feel like I eat very carefully, but my weight still goes up year after year.
It's not just the amount, it's the balance. See how the proteins are emphasized here.
I see. I was focusing too much on the carbs and missing these key nutrients entirely.
For people over 40 or 50, protein becomes especially important. When we're younger, the body holds on.
What I often see is that many Caucasian men are afraid of protein because they worry it will cause weight gain. Or they eat very little and assume...
Vegetables and fiber are another area that's often underestimated. Vegetables help you feel full naturally without adding a heavy calorie load.
Carbohydrates are probably the most misunderstood group. Many people believe that to maintain weight, they need to cut carbs.
Fats are similar. Eating smaller amounts of the right kinds of fats can help balance a meal, while highly processed fats make it.
And finally, water. Many older South Asian adults don't drink enough, which leads to confusion.
During the day, I'm very busy at work, and the evening is the only time I really have to relax. And that's also when I eat the most.
I know it's probably not great, but it's not that bad, right, doctor?
Prior. Many eating mistakes don't come from a lack of knowledge. They come from habits that feel so familiar we stop noticing them. We want to unwind, but the body is actually preparing to rest. When we eat at that time, extra energy is more
without really knowing why. Snacking in front of the TV works the same way. When your mind is focused on a show, it's very hard for your body to recognize when it's had enough.
Your hand keeps reaching, your mouth keeps chewing, and by the time you notice, it's already too much.
From around for years. You drink them to stay alert or just for the taste, but they bring in energy the body doesn't truly need. The better. It sounds logical. It's logical, but when you eat too little, the food often switches to a natural holding mode once.
The problem isn't weak willpower, it's that their lifestyle no longer matches the body they have today. And
My biggest fear wasn't eating the wrong foods, but simply not knowing where to start. He asked me,
Doctor,
Doc.
what does a normal, simple day of eating in the US actually look like?
It was an honest question, and it's one I hear from many East Asian people between the ages of 40 and 70. Day. It doesn't need to be big, just enough to make you feel comfortably full and alert. Have you noticed that mornings with
Midday, lunch plays an important role in keeping your energy steady. This is when the body is still active, so a balanced meal helps prevent that afternoon slump.
Don't immediately connect the two. Between main meals, if you feel hungry, a small, timely snack can help. A day of eating like this isn't about being perfect. It's about living in better harmony with your body.
Doctor, I used to think that.
Unless he did everything perfectly, it wouldn't help. But the more he tried, the more exhausted he became.
When you look back at everything we've just talked about together, you may notice that it's not nearly as complicated as you once thought.
Eat in a way that keeps you full longer. Eat to maintain your muscle and strength. Eat in a way that doesn't push the body to store excess fat.
Add to that everyday choices like vegetables, the right kinds of carbohydrates, a small amount of healthy fats, and
Do you really need to do everything at once? Or could you start with just one small change and keep it steady day after day?
Science shows us that the body responds best to consistency, not to intense efforts that flare up and quickly burn out. The most important thing I want you to take away from this video is this. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need a perfect diet every single day.
Do you believe that if you move slowly but consistently, your body will thank you in its own quiet way?
Before we close this video, I'd like you to pause for a moment and reflect on the overall message we've shared together. This isn't about dieting.
I've met many people in the clinic, and what gives me the most confidence isn't big, dramatic changes, but small actions repeated consistently.
You don't need to be perfect. You just need to move in the right direction, one day at a time, at your own pace.
Before we say goodbye, I'd like to share a small gift with you as a thank you for staying until the end of the video. I've created a free ebook called 10
If you found this video helpful in any way, please consider giving it a like so it can reach more people who may need it. And thank you for taking this time for yourself today. We don't need to move fast. We just need to keep moving together long enough.